Here we are again, folks. This is Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. I'm going to read chapter 4 of Proverbs directly out of the Bible. I'm going to read it out of the King James Version Study Bible. It's a Nelson. I think this was Jerry Falwell's Bible, if I'm not mistaken. But chapter 4, the Father's Wisdom. Hear ye, children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. When he's talking about his law here, he's not talking about a hard, harsh law. He's talking about that he gave them reason to understand what he was saying. And what he was saying was, for I was my father's son, tender, only beloved, in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, let thine heart and thine words keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, talking about wisdom as a sheep, as a female. And a man can understand that the most precious thing God ever gave a man was a wife. He said, God said, I see that man has got to have a wife. So he made Eve. Forsake not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. If there's a principal thing in life now, wisdom is it. You must have it. Therefore get wisdom, and with all the getting, get understanding. I got one son who is the wisest human being that I've ever met on the earth. He is the wisest person. Now he's 49 years old, and he is the wisest human being. He keeps his mouth shut when he's supposed to, and he speaks when he's supposed to. Two of the wisest things a man could do. I don't seem to have ever achieved that. I always seem to speak when I'm not supposed to, and don't shut up when I am supposed to. So get wisdom, he said, get understanding. The words of thy mouth. Wow. If we don't get ourselves in trouble with the words of thy mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee, and she shall bring thee to honor. Wow. When thou dost embrace her, she shall give to thine head an ornament of grace. Wow. And a crown of glory. Wow. She shall deliver to thee. Hear, O my son, and receive my saying, and the years of thy life shall be many. I'm 75 years old right now. At 30, I was about dead. And God's son took me and reworked me and made me a pretty healthy person. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee. He says, I have led thee in right paths. And when thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened. And when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. How about that? He said, I'm gonna actually, literally, physically watch over you, that when you go, that your steps are gonna be right. Take fast hold on instruction. Let her not go, keep her, for she is thy life. How about that? Enter not into the path of wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. Who do you think they're trying to cause to fall? Are you a Christian? They're definitely trying to cause you and I to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. Wisdom, life, and health. Starting in verse 20. My son, Attend to my words. Incline thine ear also unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from thee a froward mouth and perverse lips far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. Chapter 5. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop like a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. I can show you, man after man, woman after woman, I can show you where this has happened. And they got in the door together, and they got out of sight of somebody else, and ended up with a miserable, wanting life the rest of their life, with seemingly no remedy, not being able to reconcile with each other again over the hurt that they caused from following their eyes, following the lust of the flesh. It will get you, my friend. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. You'd as soon, might as well, and it would be quicker. It would be quicker death, and quicker for you to go jump in the lava coming out of a hot volcano and just disappear all at one time, than it would for you to stray away with a man or a woman, opposite sex, and get yourself in the mess that you're going to get in if you do it. And if you're in that mess, it's nearly impossible to ever get out of it. It's not easy. You can do it. But that type of forgiveness is few and far apart. God has it, but men and women don't seem to have it. And have not obeyed the voice of my teaching, nor inclined mine ear to them that instruct me. I was almost in all evil, the midst of the congregation and assembly. Where was he? He was in the midst of a congregation or an assembly, and he was in the midst of evil. Watch out. I've seen men come in our church just to steal a wife, and just not too long ago saw it happen. A man came in to steal a wife, and did. I've seen it happen. No more than once. I've been in the church since in the 80s, this particular church, in 79. And I've seen it happen. Drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters of thine own well. You know what you got to do? You got to keep your own cistern working. You got to keep the scum off the top of the water. You got to keep it clean, skim it. You got to keep your cistern, take care of it. For a man, what is his cistern? That's his wife. He's got to take care of her. My friend, I just did a course on marriage, and on that marriage counseling thing. And I don't want to counsel people in marriage problems because they don't want to listen. But listen, keep your own cistern, and you'll never have a problem. When I was a kid, there was a spring by my house. It's 2,000 miles from here, just about 1,700. And every time I go there, I love to go get a drink of water. It ain't changed one bit. Why? It's not tainted. It flows all the time. That's what we've got to do. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad and rivers of water in the street. Let them be only thine own and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hinds and the pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings. I got news for you, man. If you're a type of man and you watch this and you listen to it, you put your eyes on another woman, I pray the Lord will smite you good and hard. While you're looking at her, maybe you get run over by a car or something. His own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be hidden with the cords of his sin. Man, do you know God can't look into the heart of sin? So here's a man that is sinning on a regular basis. That's called iniquities. God can't see through that sin until that man confesses and does away with that sin. God can't see through it. You've lost your protection. You've lost your protection. You now have no protection from God because you've got sin between you and him. You better get it out. Get it out of the way. He shall die without instruction, and in his greatness of his folly he shall go astray. Whew! You wonder why in the church today cannot the people sitting there, why can't they hear what the preacher's saying? Why can't they hear the word of God? Because they've got a barrier of sin between them and God. Why can't they come down to the altar and pray? Why can't they do the things that God would have them do? Why can't they hear in their heart? Because they've got something between them. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou hast sneered with the words of thy mouth, thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Do this now, my son. Deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go humbly thyself and make show of thy friend. Give not sleep to thine eyes, or slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways, and be wise, which have no guide over the seer or ruler. Provideth her meat in the summer, and for the winter she does, the ant, in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little while sleep and slumber, a little folding of the hands, and a little sleep. So shall the poverty come on thee that travaileth, and the wanton, and want as an armed man. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in the heart. He delivereth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. Whew! Oh my goodness. In this day and age we live, do we not see the bodies in the hospitals, the bodies in places? Yes, I have my body and have to go get some medicine. Why? I think that I abused my body when I was young. Smoked 3 packs a day of cigarettes for 15 years. Drank a case or so of beer and a bottle every night for several years, did all kinds of things. And God said, you can't do that to your body and get away with it. Now, God's been healing my body every day that I've turned from that. 6 things that the Lord hates, yea, 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Look at that verse 19. You people with these here telephones, I got one here somewhere. I'm glad I don't know how to use it right here, and I'm glad I don't know how to spell because of that. Because I can't even make it do what it's supposed to do. But people gossip. They sow false things and tear up churches and tear up marriages and tear up things with sowing false witness. My son, keep thy father's commandments and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart. Tie them about thy neck. And when thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall walk with and talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and the reproof of instruction are the ways of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of the strange woman. Here we are, way over in chapter 6, and here this is coming up over and over and over again. Do you know Solomon had some 900 women under him, 600 wives and 300 wives and 600 concubines, or vice versa. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Do you remember the lust that David had on the roof when he watched that woman over there? That was in the flesh. Now David had a heart after God. God said David's heart was a heart after mine. And I love David's heart. But he allowed his flesh to get in the way and put a black spot over the top of his heart for a little bit, cut God off, and go ahead and do what he was going to do. He paid the penalty. For by the means of the whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. There's women out there today hunting for the man. Hey, you go to the airport. There is women there that aren't really wanting to fly off somewhere. They're wanting to fly to the motel with a man in a taxi cab, and they wait for him to get off the plane, and they'll let them see their flashing eyes and, hey fella, I'm available. And then bang, here's a good man with a wife and children at home, gone off with an adulterous woman, set a fire in his bosom, and now he may take home. I heard a bad one time. The guy's last fling one night before he got married took a whorish woman out. She had a venereal disease. He took it home to his wife, and after the first night, that was the end of that part of their marriage, because he gave it to her. So he that goeth in with his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold, he shall give all the substance of his house. But whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Look at that. S-O-U-L. His own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content though he givest many gifts. I'm telling you what, my friend, the warnings in Proverbs are for today. They are for today. You want a miserable life, you go have you a fling. I can't understand personally, I can't understand a man laying his fear of the venereal diseases out there and going out with any woman that's not his woman. We live in a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous world. These diseases ruin people. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law is the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the tables of thine heart. Say not unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and behold, among the simple ones I discerned among the youth a young man, void of understanding, passing through the street, near her corner. And he went in the way of her house, and in the twilight, and in the evening, and in the black and the dark of night. And behold, there met him a woman with an attire of a harlot, subtle of heart. She is lewd, she is stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without, now in the street, and lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him, kissed him with the impotent face, and said unto him, I have a peace offering with me. This day I have paid my vows. Therefore come forth. I will meet thee diligently. I will seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with covers work, with fine linen of Egypt. I have performed my bed with myrrh, aloe, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. I wouldn't want to say some of the things I know because I wouldn't want to offend some of the people that I've seen this happen to. People that have to work at night, and people that have to be away, and people that have to be away for 2 or 3 days, and the man go out the front door and another man come in the back door. And we've seen it with our own eyes. And the thing about it is it's wicked. It is the most wicked, heiniest thing. I would rather be shot 10 times over than to fall into that situation. He has taken a bag of money with him and will come home at a day appointed. With her much fair speech she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips she forced him. He goeth after her straightway as an ox going to the slaughter, as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteneth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her path, for she hath cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way of hell, going down to the chambers of death. Next time we come on in a proverb, we'll come on into chapter 8. And that's the end of chapter 7. Just listen to Brother Peter. I'm 75. I lived the alcoholic's life right near to 15 years. Seen it happen over and over and over again. Beer joint life. The woman standing by the bar, waiting for the man to come in. Speak to him maybe in words like this. I bet you I could make you happy and you'd be at home. I bet you this. I bet I could do something for you that somebody else can't. How about buying me a beer and we'll talk a bit. First place is you got no business in a beer joint. Second place is you got no business standing there a woman that ain't your woman, or having anything to do with a woman that ain't your woman unless it's strictly business. So listen to me, mankind. No more than it's like the fact of a female dog in heat. We live in a little bitty town, and every once in a while I'll head out for work about daylight, and there'll be a dog out there, a little female dog in the heat. There'll be about 6, 7 dogs following around her. All 6, 7 of them dogs got one thing on their mind. That's like a bunch of guys in a beer joint. It's like a bunch of guys around a card table. It's like a bunch of guys doing the things the devil would have them do. And their concentration can go astray real quick. And then they can't hardly face life anymore. It don't take but one time. They can't face life no more. Things are hard for them. Listen, God will forgive you if that's happened to you. Sure would be good if you could repair your home and get it right and do what the proverb says about your home and build your home back. Forgiveness is at the cross. Forgiveness is at an altar in a church. Forgiveness is you get down beside your bed. Forgiveness is you get down by your couch with your wife. You hadn't got to reveal all the wicked things you've done. You just got to say, I haven't been a good husband. I just ain't been a good husband. I've been a rotten husband, and I'm going to change that. And you change it. You just change it. Separating from that wife is not the answer. Leaving a mama with children, that's not the answer. Leaving a situation that you ain't really left because you made it worse because you still got to feed them. You still got to pay the rent. You still got to pay the light bill. You still got to put gas in her car. You still got to meet her needs, but you haven't got her no more. And then she ends up with some sorry man that you hate seeing in your house around your children, and you caused every bit of it by one little speck of looking the wrong way at the wrong time. You listen to Brother Peter. It's an epidemic. The devil's got it going today. It's an epidemic today. They call it free sex. They call it simple love. They call it easy living. They call it all kinds of things. It ain't nothing but pure hellish sin come up from hell capturing men today. So you listen to Brother Peter. Stay away. You preachers. You deacons. You young men. Be discreet. Be careful. Keep your hands to home. I like the fact, Hiles Anderson, it used to be, you couldn't put your arm around a girl. There's another college out there, I forgot now exactly what it was, but you couldn't even hold hands. Hey, I skinned that finger with a sanding machine this week. You know what's at the end of it? Nerves. All the nerves are right there. When you touch a woman, those nerves go to work. When a woman touches a man, those nerves go to work. They go all over your body and make you all frazzled and make your brain go crooked. Get your eye blurry-eyed. So don't get in that place. Listen, men, I just got done studying a home study for men and women in the home. And we fail, man. We fail. We fail bad. We need to get on the ball and start straightening out things at home. If you come home and your wife has worked, especially today, the man and the woman work. She worked just as hard as you did. She sweated just, and she put up with a lot of guff today because there's a lot of men hitting on her. The women are hitting on you in your place, and the men are hitting on her in her place. And they're hitting all day long. They're hitting on her. You better take care of your homework. You better take care of your house. You better get her a box of chocolate and a dozen roses every now and then. You better come home a changed man. You better come home and say, look, when I married you, you remember those first weeks? Yeah. Well, those first weeks you didn't just go in there and jump on her every chance you got. You loved on her a little bit, hugged her up and kissed her, and if she wanted you, she'll let you know. And now you just think, well, you're another one of them dogs, and this is a female in heat, and she ain't in heat. You just jump on anyway, and jump on, go do your business. Then it's done. And then you get up and say, I think I'll go out tonight and do something. Well, tie-de-da. And you think you're going to keep that woman happy? You better think again. You done broke every rule in the book. So listen to Brother Peter. Start working on it. I got to get out of here and get away from here and get away from this, because this is a subject that kills me, because I deal with people every day that have this problem. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.